Hi, good morning. Jeremiah here. Now, last month I had to take my car into the dealership to get the airbag replaced because I got a letter in the mail, big, with big font that says Takata airbag warning. Death can occur from explosion of the Takata airbags, right? It kind of grabs your attention, right? So I went into the dealership and had that replaced, but I'm telling you this story because it really shows how we should be thinking about our marketing, about what we're telling our prospects for our services when we put our marketing out there. Because they didn't tell me how to replace my airbag. They told me why to replace my airbag. Death, dismemberment, disfigurement, right? Pretty motivating factors, wouldn't you agree? So that's what this video is really going to be about, showing you how you can use the why to angle in your marketing as well. So I want to start off with a question. Are you using your marketing to show your expertise, show that you're such a pro at something by giving people all the details on how they could do it themselves? Or are you positioning yourself as a leader, showing people why it's so critically important that they take action on something? Because the difference between those two angles can make a huge difference for your revenues. And let me tell you another story to drive that point home. A couple months ago, I was on a call with a husband-wife team, and they were putting out an info product to help people learn how to do energy healing, Reiki healing, which is the practice of removing bad energy from somebody so that they can progress with their life, with their relationships, with their love, right? And in their marketing, in their webinar they put together, they really went in depth showing people how to do this, how to remove the energy and how to cut it and how to put it in the bowl of water so they could be free of it. And they went so far into how to do it that I told them I'm afraid that they were absolutely boring their audience because they hadn't established why to do it. So think about this for a second. You're removing bad energies from your relationship to save your marriage, right? To save your love life, to get out of stress, to get out of strain, to really move forward and freeing those stresses from your life. I mean, those are the stories they should be telling, because how much does a failed marriage cost, right? 10, 20, 80, $100,000, isn't it? I mean, it's a pretty big cost. So if getting them to understand why it's so important they go through this process can get them to save their marriage, I mean, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 for this program is really reasonable. So I'm putting this in front of you because I want you to ask a very, very simple question today. Are you leading, or are you describing? Are you explaining? Are you showing people the way, or are you boring them with the details, the nuts and bolts of how you go about achieving that solution? Because let's face it, if you're just telling people what to do without providing the leadership and showing them why they should do it, chances are they're not going to do it at all. And they're just going to look at Reiki healing as a weird thing. They're just going to look at your services as something nice to have, but not need to have. They'll look at you as an expert who knows a lot about something, but they're not really sure why they need to have that. And that's not going to help you at all, right? So if you want to show people that leadership, what's the best way to do it? Stories. Stories are always the best way to show people the moral of the story, the why they should actually follow through with the services that you're offering. So let me help you to tell those stories. I've put together a download that you can grab on my website at jeremiah.com/story-driven-email-planner. Go there, grab that. That's going to help you move away from talking about how to do stuff and move towards sharing stories about people who achieve transformation. They solve business problems, they solve relationship problems, money problems through your services. And when you do that, when you show what people's lives look like after they've worked with you, well, that's a huge motivating factor for people to get in touch with you and to talk about how they can do the same, right? So pick that up at Story Driven Email Planner at my website, jeremiah.com, and hope that helps.